Well, let's get more on this now with Osama Nazzal, who's a Palestinian affairs analyst. He joins us now from Jenin in the occupied West Bank. Really good to have you back with us, Osama. Can I first get a bit of background on this issue of illegal settler violence against Palestinians in the occupied West Bank? Because we know it was becoming a significant problem even before October 7. Describe to us how illegal settlers were essentially harassing and intimidating Palestinians in the occupied West Bank who've been there for generations, essentially trying to get them to leave their home.
First of all, the Israeli settlers started the establishment of terrorist groups in the settlements built on the Palestinian land in Jerusalem and the West Bank years ago. And we all remember when they abducted the Palestinian child, Muhammad Abu Khdeiri, from Jerusalem, and they burned him to death. He was set on fire and he died being burned by this terrorist group. And after that, they established what they call the Hell's Youth and the Price Tag groups and other names for their terrorist groups. And after the establishment of the current Israeli government, these organizations began to take their formal terror shape, as they are financed and sponsored by the Israeli Minister of Home Security, Ben-gvir, and the Minister of Finance, Smotrich, as they are arming them to the teeth now. We are talking about hundreds of thousands of rifles and different types of weapons given to these settlers, who are really representing a militia sponsored by Ben-gvir, and Israeli experts who are against the Israeli terrorist groups in the West Bank call them the state of Judea, as if we have two states now: the state of Israel, Tel Aviv, and the secular camp, and the Judea settlers who are sponsored by Ben-gvir and Smotrich.
Yes, and Osama, we know that the aim of these groups, vigilantes for want of a better word, is to essentially clear these lands in the occupied West Bank so that Palestinians are essentially moved on and displaced to make way for even more illegal Israeli settlements. Can you explain to us, are the people behind this violence, are they facing justice?
They don't face justice at all. When they kill a Palestinian, for example, and they are taken to the court, the Israeli judge says that they are suffering from a mental problem, and so they can't be judged or put in a prison. So Israel is always coming with justification for the Israeli settlers who kill Palestinians, who take over Palestinian land, and so on. And they are working according to a policy and according to a systematic plan that is set by the current Israeli government. And just 2 days ago, they attacked the village of Isawiya in the middle of the West Bank, and they set fire to a Palestinian restaurant and to Palestinian stores. At the same time, the Palestinian villages that are close to the Israeli settlements are under attack all the time. And 3 days ago, Israeli settler executed a Palestinian young man in his car in the town of Salfit in Northwest Bank. So we are talking about the plan, we are talking about the policy implemented by the Israeli settlers, but it is backed and supported by the Israeli government, mainly by Ben-gvir, the Home Security Minister. So the aim is clear. We know that Israel is controlling militarily 60% of the occupied West Bank, as the Palestinian Authority has no control at all over that parcel of land. And Israel is trying to transfer the Palestinian villagers from these villages, whether in southern Hebron or in nearby villages near Ramallah and Nablus, and expand the Israeli settlements at the expense of the Palestinian farmers' land. So these settlers that are taking a formal shape today are armed and financed and sponsored by the Israeli official echelon, mainly Ben-gvir and Smotrich.
Okay, Osama Nazzal, thank you so much for explaining that to us. I appreciate your analysis as always.